Now we need to create the interface for our TLOC extension. So what I explained you in the TLOC extension yesterday is that the interface where the provider will terminate, I will be doing the TLOC extension on this one. So let's say G0/3. What G0/3 will be doing is that we'll be extending the ISP G0/0 on this one, and G0/0 G0/1 on this one, and so on. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and create the few more, and that's where I'll create another interface, which I'll say, let me copy this, vEdge cloud. Okay, 0. So like I said, all the interfaces which are being used as a transport, I mean, or the transport point of view will be a part of VPN 0, right? So here I'll go ahead and say G0/3. So here on this one, I will say device specific, okay, and I'll say VPN 0 if G0_3 set down. Do you want to set it down or not? And then I'll say G0/3 TLOC extension description. What the description you want to update? You can make it global or device specific. In this case, I will make it device specific, and I'll say VPN 0, or I can make it a global. That will be better. Global TLOC extension. Okay, and IP address for this one would be, of course, the device specific. So I'll say VPN 0 if G_G0_3 IPv4 address. DHCP helper, good, blockchain, bandwidth upstream, nothing. Tunnel interface on this one off. Net off. Why I'm not making a tunnel interface? Can you explain me, Vishnu? Why I am not making this interface as an tunnel interface? Vishnu?
Yeah,
are you able to hear me?
tell me.
So
Yeah, I can see.
why I'm not saying this to be a tunnel interface? If you can look on the topology and tell me why I am not making this interface as an tunnel interface.
G0/4, right?
G0/3.
3, right?
Yeah.
We will. It's because of TLOC.
Yeah. So it is basically extending the TLOC on the G0/4 on the other side. I'm making a tunnel, right? So every time G0/4 will be a tunnel for me, and 3 will be a TLOC extension. Okay. So I will go here. We'll continue on this. ACL, nothing. On this advanced setting, there should be something to do the TLOC extension. So I'll say make it device specific. VPN 0 if G0/_3 TLOC extension means that who you want to extend as on this interface as a TLOC. Okay, I'll say save. Now I'll create another interface, which will be a tunnel interface. So I'll copy this and I'll say add. I'm sorry. I will say G0/4. State, of course, device specific. 0 if G0_4 set down. Okay, and here I will say global TLOC tunnel. Okay, so I'm saying that this is a tunnel for the TLOC extension. Okay, IP address would be device specific. That's where I'll say VPN 0 if G0_4 IPv4 address. So next I will go down here, and this time what I will say The G0/4 is always tunnel, right? And color can be device specific. So I'll say VPN0 if G0/_4 tunnel color.
So this keyword, your device specification, when you're writing something, that we need to follow this format or anything
You
I can
you
type.
can you can type anything. It's just matter of you should be able to read it out when you are filling up the value. So for an example, let's say if
So
I'm
this,
giving the G0/4, then I will be able to understand that I need to fill up the value corresponding to the G0/4 interface. If I will not define the interface number, I would not know that which interface variable information it is asking me to fill, right? That's what I clear. Okay.
here and
Sorry, go
when we
ahead.
I will understand.
Yeah. Restrict is okay, group, max control, blah, blah, blah. That I don't need it. You are flow control TCP. Good with this. Okay. So I'll say save. Now I have created a template for entire WAN site, WAN section. But in WAN section, one thing which I still missed is that if you remember in the topology, I'm running a BGP between this and this, right? So I need to define the BGP template as well, which I can create. Okay, so I'm going to create a BGP template as well.
This is actually a one-time process only, right? So
Yeah,
that
this
means
is a totally one-time effort only.
okay.
Let's say if you are designing, I mean, you well designed for 1,000 site or 500 site, it's one-time effort. You do it, and your next colleagues, whomsoever are lower skilled into it, they can, of course, do that, or maybe L1, L2 team can, do the daily onboarding process and all that stuff, right?
Okay.
So I'll do is the BGP. So there is another template which called a BGP, right? Now, if I go here and I'll say vEdge VPN 0 _ BGP_. Okay, so I'll say vEdge VPN 0 BGP. The BGP which I'm going to configure will be used in the VPN 0. It says, do you want to shut down the BGP? I see device specific. Okay, ASN number, of course, will be a device specific, right? Router ID would be, of course, the device specific, because it cannot be a same router ID on all my devices, right? Propagate AS path, I'm not doing anything. Internal route ID value and all those stuff are fine. Now it says that redistribute anything in the BGP or define a network statement. I can add the network statement because I need to advertise my P2P subnet, which is I'm using for MPLX extension 192 run. So I'll just go ahead and let me put it like this and say that, okay, make it a device specific BGP network address prefix, which what network address you want to make advertise, add. Next, neighbor. Who should be your neighbor? Of course, my neighbor cannot be a fix, so I should be saying that device specific BGP neighbor address, right? Description you want to say, I'll say MPLS, MPLS P, right? Remote ASN, in my case, it is the same, but in the in the different cases, it should be a variable. So in my case, I'm saying 6500, because if you look on the topology, all my all my C, these VSs are connected to this one. So my remote ASN is 65000. Okay. Address family, no. I'll say shutdown. I'll say device specific, BGP never shut down. So I'll just modify this.
That we can make a global, right?
I can make it global, but some of the devices, I'm actually not running the BGP template. So my idea is that I'm going to use the BGP on all the, I'm going to create a one single VS device. So for an example, in this one, if you see, what I have is that on this one, I don't run the MPLS. What does it mean by that? I don't run the BGP, right? So that's the reason. If I'm segregating the A and B, then of course I can do that, right? Because if I'm not running a BGP, it is a better I shut down that, right? So I'm making it a variable. Uh, and then next hope self, nothing, and community source interface. I'm not doing anything. EBGP multi-hop password, keep alive, nothing. Advertisement interval, advanced. No, I'm not doing anything related to that. Let me check the never part. So good with that. In the advanced option, if you want to see anything, you can see it. And here you can click the add. So I have defined my BGP never information, which I need to fill it every time. Okay. Save. Now what I need to do is that I need to attach this template into the device template, because I cannot attach these small templates, right? So like I said, there is another template which we have to create, is a from feature template. Okay. So from the feature template, you will select the device model. we have created the WAN section. That's where we will be further focusing on the WAN. So I have pulled out this, but now I need the BGP as in a protocol as well in the VPN 0. So I will say choose the VPGP and pull out my BGP, right? Now, other than that, I don't need a GRE IP set PPP. Now in the VPN 512, I'll go VPN 512 and at the VPN interface. And for that, I have created a VPN ETH0 interface. Okay, so this is the one, right? And then service side VPN, I'm not creating anything. I'm not defining the policies banner right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this device template. Now, if you see, I have created this device template, which is in a consolidation of how many templates? 14 templates, right? How many templates? 14 templates. So if you go back in the feature template, all the templates are attached to the one device template. And what does it mean by this? This template can be further used in the another device template also. Let's say for an example, if you are creating any template for different model here, out of these templates can be pulled out, right? So one feature template can be attached to the multiple device template, and one device template can be attached to the multiple devices. Clear? So one feature template can be attached to the multiple device template, and one device template can be attached to the multiple devices, right? Now it is not attached to any of the device yet, so let's attach it to the one device. Okay, now I'll show you the beauty of doing this stuff. So that's what I'm doing here. So yeah, go ahead.
Onboard, then we will apply the template, right?
It's not mandatory. You can even attach the template if it's in the advance. So for an example, let's say you are getting the device, you got to know the serial number or chassis number of the device by you're asking your on-site person or anyone to read out that serial number. You can put that serial number here, attach the template in advance. It will be in a kind of, I'll show you that in a moment. It would be kind of saying that okay, the device is offline. Once device will come online, that the configuration post on that one, right? So now these are the variable information we have to fill up. Now why I ask you to be very careful, put the variable information, because you need to understand if you have anything confusing here, you cannot put the right information here, right?
Yeah.
So let's say it says a VPN 0 next hop IP address 1. Okay, so DC1 next hop IP address 1, who will be that one? Let's go back on the topology. So it says G0/0, right? So the IP address for the G0/0 need the default gateway, and if it want to reach to that outside, who should be your default gateway? 1.1.251, right? So I'll put 1.1.1.251, right? Now it says what should be the next hop IP address for the next hop 2, right? So in this case, it is taking another ISP by the G0/4, which is one MPLS 192.100.0.0/24. So if you see this green line is being extending until here over G0/4. So I am having a 1 on the A side, 2 on the B side. So what I will give is I will give the IP address here. No, sorry, I will keep it in a way that B will be having a 1 and the A would be having 2. So I'll say 192.100.0.2. Okay.
Okay.
192.100.0.2, sorry, 0.1. Okay, and it says IPv4 VPN 0 if G0/4 IP address. What should be my IP address? So 1 is at this side for G0/4, 2 should be on my side. Okay, so I'll say 192.100.0.2 slash, what is that slash value? Is /24. So I'll keep it /24, but in production, of course, you can have it /30 or /31, right? Now it says, tell me the color for the G0/4. So what should be my color on G0/4? Tell me. What should be my color on G0/4 of the vEdge?
It's going to MPLS, right?
Right. So your color should be MPLS. So your color should be MPLS, right? So I'll say MPLS. Now, do you want to shut down that? I don't want to shut down. If I want to shut down, I'll just check that. That's it. Okay. IPv4 address for VPN0 if G0/3 IPv4 address, right? So what I need IPv4 address for G0/3. What is my G0/3? If you look here, 169.0.0.0 and 1 at my side and 2 at other side. Okay, so I'll say 169.0.0.1/24. I think it is a /24 only. Yeah, I can keep it /30, whatever, no problem, right? Now VPN0 if G0/3 TLOC extension. So on this one, G0/3, this red one, whom it will extend? What should be your TLOC extension interface? Tell me. G0/3 is extending which color?
Right.
Red. And red is what?
It's an extension
is internet, right? It's extension of what?
It's internet. Yeah.
G0/0. So what I need to define is that I need to define the interface G0/0. Okay. Now it says, do you want to shut down? No, I don't want to shut down that. Now it says, okay, tell me the VPN0 if G0/1 IP address. Now if you look, am I using a G0/1 on this one? No, right? I'm not using that, right? On DC1 vEdge. I'm using G0/0, 3 and 4, right? So what I can do, I can put it some dummy IP address. I cannot leave it blank. So I can put any dummy IP address. So let's say I put it 2.2.2. I cannot leave it blank. It need any value, else it will throw me error, right? And I'll say 2.2.2/32. Okay, or I'll say 31. Okay, it says put the IPsec preference for G0/0. So IPsec preference for G0/0, I'll say. Give me 1 minute. Okay, it says color VPN0 if G0/1 _ tunnel color. So it want that which color do you want to keep it on the G0/1. Now, which color can I put it on the G0/1? Tell me. On G0/1 of this one, which color can I put? MPLS, biz internet, or anything else? Sorry?
Not using G0.
Right.
Not using G0.
Right. So I cannot use the MPLS color indeed, because I am using the MPLS TLOC extension. I'm having a base color. I need to put some third color, which should be just a dummy for me, right? So I'll say private one. I'm just making it a dummy color, okay? Because I need to give some value. Now it says a shutdown. Yes, right. I'm shutting down. 100% true. Now it asked me that what should be. Look at this. I had a confusion here. Look, it says actually VPN0 if G0/0 tunnel IPsec preference. Also, I'm having a same variable. So this is a kind of the confusion you will end up if you will make a mistake in the name, right? So this was my typo error. But in actual, if you see G0/1 in the one where I have put the cursor, right? So the one you can see in this window, right? So this is a G0/1. I'll fix that in a moment later. Right now, I'm saying this one is an 100. Color value for the G0/0 should be biz internet, right? Shut down, no. Now it asked me that tell me the BGP ASN number. I'll say 65100. Why I'm saying 65100 is that because this is my ASN number and I'm using the same ASN number just as a dummy here on this one, because I'm not going to use as a part of BGP on this one, right? So I'll say shut down BGP. Router ID would be my system IP address 1098.21.4. Network prefix 192.100.0.0/24. The one which is I'm using as an TLOC extension. So I'm just giving it dummy. This can be any other information. Since we have shut down the BGP overall, right? Never I can put it 2.2.2 / never, which is here 2.2.1. I'll put it here. And 2.2.2 is here where I say that it would be shut down, never shut down. Hostname DC1 vEdge A, right? System IP address 1098. Sorry?
This shutdown. BGP we need to shut down.
BGP we need to shut down because we are not running a BGP on this DC1 vEdge. We are running on a B side of that, right? So that's the reason we are shutting down, right? 21. 4 system IP address, site ID 100. Right now, my all the information has been filled up. I can update, and you see it is showing green. Now I can also download this information into the CSV file in case of I mean my template failed, or I want to use this file for further on other devices as well, right? Just to modify the value and make it. So I have downloaded it, and it is here by the name of template. Okay, so I'll click next. Now see that how much information you filled actually, and how much you are actually posting on the device, right? So this is the name, if you remember, that I defined when I was setting up the system template. All that overlay ID become a 10, right? And you can see the OMP says that advertise OSPF external, transport VPN, router BGP in the VPN 0, which says shutdown. ISP, you see that net respond to ping, tunnel interface, allow service all. If you remember, I said something allow service all, right? And then all that stuff, G0/1, G0/3, and G0/4, right? And the IP route which we created, DHCP, cert. Now, if you want to see what is the different on the configuration right now versus the future, you can do the config diff. You can also do the side-by-side diff. So you can see the green one is going to add here, right? You can see here advertise OSPF external. This is the part is going to be add additionally, all that stuff, right? You can do the comparison between the current config versus the new config. Now you can click on a configure device. Now I'm going to see that what is going to be happen on the device. So you see the configuring a device with the feature template called this name, generating the configuration file for the template, checking and creating the device in the vManage, and it should take few more moments to post the configuration. Right now, if I'll see here, so system status, it says that we managed false, configuration template none. Okay, but once this will succeed, you will see that it will be in a vManage mode, and you would not be able to make any change on the device. It will throw you an error to do the changes from the vManage itself. You can see the new configuration is being updated. Before, if you see, go back, these interfaces were not there. I mean, these IP addresses were not there. So now you can see the TLOC tunnel on the G0/4, TLOC extension on 169. There's something. Yep. So if you go and do system status, and you see here, it says it is in a vManage mode true, right? And vman configuration template is vs cloud device template 0.1. What does it mean by that? It is right now attached to the template. So run IC SD-WAN overlay ID organization IC OMP at OSPF external router set down this and ISP this. Yeah, good. Yeah. What we can do further, we can power on any other device and can attach the same stuff. Okay. So let's say I am powering on the vEdge A. I can attach the configuration directly on a vEdge A as well. Okay. So in the meantime, this device is powering on. Let me fill up the value, okay, for this thing. So, okay. So what I will do is that I have to fill up the information into that file. So what is my system IP address here? 1098.21.7. Here I can fill up the BR1 vEdge, right? The next hop IP address is actually in the previous one. I filled the next hop IP address incorrect. I'll correct that. So here I will put up the same next hop IP address. What I'll do, I'll copy this thing actually. I'll do this thing, copy. And since my, some of the variable will be same, so I'll just change the value, whichever I need to change. So here, the second octet will be changed as in the 10, because that's where the site ID is 10. If you go back on the topology, go here and look on this thing. 192.10. So wherever you are working on the site ID would be the second octet. So I'm going to fill the information for that. Next, this one will be replaced as a 10, right? This one is the MPLS, and this is the same fixed IP address. So if you go back on the topology, 169.0.0, 169.0.0, everywhere same IP address, because that's what we will be netting. So I'll go back and keep using that. Here, nothing 2.1.1. I can let it be used as, since it is a shutdown and dummy. IPsec preference and private true. This is the encapsulation preference, which is again the 100. Biz internet is my color for G0/0, right? False site ID here, I will change it to the, I mean, the ASN number, I'll change it to the 010, right? 1098.7, which is my system IP address here. The, I will make it .10, which I need to advertise in the BGP. Next, what I need to do is that I need to define the BGP neighbor. I'm not using the BGP. I will let it be there. To DC1 VS, I'll say the host name is in the BR1 vEdge, and I will put it 7 as in the system IP address, 10 as in a site ID. Now, what is the last information is left? I need to fill up is the chassis number. So to get the chassis number of this one, I can again go on the vManage, and this is my BR1. I can copy the chassis number from here, right? And simply put it here, right? I'll click on a save, okay? Close. Now I'll go on the vManage and we'll click on this one and we'll see attach to the, I'm sorry, I'll select this and we'll click change to vManage mode, since it is right now in a CLI mode. Go it here. We'll say, okay, on this template, I want to attach it. I'll say BR1, attach. Now it is asking me to fill up the information. So what I can do is that I can select the upload option, okay? And can say browse, and we'll say template. This is the file where I updated my variable. We'll say upload, and you can see all the information is being filled up from that, corresponding to that chassis number, right? Now I'll say next, click here. I will search for clock and sync some keyword which was throwing an error in the configuration. Nothing like that. I think it was because of the clock, maybe was not exactly synced as an vManage in the VS, but in the configuration, I don't see anything which is related to the clock for sure. Right? I can see the config diff side by side. You can see the information which is going to be updated in this device, right? Right? Configure. Now this full configuration will be pushed on my new vEdge. Let's wait for this. So it's easy to do the changes in the CSV file, upload it. If there is a one change, you can directly make it on the device. If you want to have the more changes, you can make in the CSV file and can attach it to the template. So it's pushing the configuration. You can see IP address is there, ISP2 is down, 169.0.0 TLOC extension, 192.10.0.2 TLOC tunnel, and then vBond manage out of band and all that stuff. You can do the so run. You can see everything is in place there. Yeah. So far right now you have the control connection for one circuit, which is a bridge internet, but you are supposed to have the control connection for MPLS. But why MPLS is not there? Because you have not completed the configuration of this side. So once we will do that, we will have the control connection on an MPLS as well. So so you can see 1B smart, 2BS, 1B bond, 1B manage, right? Okay.